Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So this video is a response to a whole bunch of comments I got about my F150 Lightning order that I ended up canceling and sticking with my F150 Power Boost. Man, the Tesla fanboys were triggered, are triggered, and there's just a lot of EV people who I think got the wrong idea, even though I made very clear from the very beginning.
I'm not anti-EV by no means.
I'm pro-EV. I think electric vehicles is by far the future, and I have no problem with it. Now, the one point that I made in that video, which was...
I think this F-150 Lightning is just absolutely going to decimate the Cybertruck.
This is just my opinion. A view, judgment, or appraisal formed in the mind about a particular matter. It is just my opinion. I am now going to get into explaining why I have this opinion, because fair enough, I understand I put information out here on the internet, and if it triggers people, I should probably try to back it up the best that I possibly can and explain why I think the Ford F150 Lightning and the Rivian are going to decimate the Cybertruck. Again, I understand this truck will work for people. I'm not saying it won't work for anybody. I'm going to tell you why I hate it, why I think it's absolutely going to get destroyed by other trucks on the market. I might be wrong. Play this video back for me after Tesla sells 1 billion units. I have no problem admitting if I was wrong, but I'm going to explain to you why I don't think that I am. Yes, the towing capacity is probably acceptable, but the towing range will not be. TfL Truck has already done a test.
It's going to take us 7 hours more to do it in an electric vehicle.
And found that the range cuts down to about 1/3. So do you want to stop and charge every hour? Maybe, maybe not, or hour and a half, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a lot of charging. Now, a lot of people, and I see it in the comments, one of the most maddening comments that I see is, well, every 100 miles or 200 miles, I'm going to want to stop and pee or have a burger. I don't know if these are people that have never taken a road trip before. Most people pump that gas, grab something out of the gas station, hit the road, keep moving, 5-10 minutes tops, and they're back on the road. Stating burgers and peeing every hour or two as if that's some sort of convenience is insanity. I can assure you that the people that are buying a Cybertruck to hook up a camper, getting home from work, maybe cutting out early on Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to go camping, they're trying to get to that campground before the sun goes down because you want to set up camp while it's still daylight. They have children, and for the most part, they're just trying to get there. They're not trying to stop a couple hours in for burgers and peeing while they have a child in the back seat with the constant, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" There's only so many iPads and so many things you can use to distract children. They still are not going to want to stay in the vehicle and hanging out at gas stations, charging up. It's not convenient. Stop trying to repackage it as if it is, because it is not. Try to at least acknowledge the inconvenience and understand people who are viewing it as an inconvenience. It is one glaringly obvious trade-off to an EV today. Just the truth. Oh, thank God on my way home from work, I get to stop for a good burger and pee as your wife is texting you, "Hey, are you on your way home?" It's not convenient. Now, one other point I want to make on, I guess, charging and range and things like that, that people, for some reason, don't seem to appreciate somebody like me choosing not to go EV at this time. We currently have, California, our neighboring state here, has a common problem in the summertime of having to enact rolling blackouts. They don't have the infrastructure to produce the power needed to just power homes. When you start having rolling blackouts, sure, if your vehicle's charged, great, now you can power your house off of that vehicle. But the problem is your vehicle relies on power, your house relies on power, there is no alternative. Once I'm to the point where I can have solar on my house, a power wall in the garage, and the whole day is spent with solar panels on the roof, filling up that battery. I can plug it in, and now I'm charging off of power that I've created. Now I'm self-sufficient. That sounds awesome. Sign me up for that. But we're simply not there yet. And to pretend like we are is disingenuous, simply put. So the shape of the Cybertruck is something that I have heavily critiqued. And more importantly, before I even get into shape, because I've seen the comments and I've heard you guys who have said that my brain, my little pea brain, just is not capable of wrapping my mind around a different shape. It's innovative. It's aerodynamic. It's even Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan show stated
it's not very aerodynamic.
You want it rounded.
You want it rounded.
Yeah.
It'll have a drag coefficient that's pretty good for a truck, but the sharp angles are not helpful.
Okay, so what I did here was I just took the Cybertruck, threw it into Photoshop. I scaled it so that it's pretty close. It may not be dead accurate because, well, first of all, the Cybertruck doesn't even exist yet, so I don't know if these measurements are going to age well with the video. I know that there's been talk about the Cybertruck changing shape slightly, so this is just based on information I have today. Now, I have told people that this shape, this triangle, accessing this from the side of the truck is an incredibly common pickup truck thing to have to do. This is somebody who would be reaching over the side of the bed to do something like maybe tie down a motorcycle. It's always safer if you can to do it from over top of the side of the truck. This is also the same exercise that was something I had to do when I bought my air compressor that's in my garage. Just something this design causes problems with. So when you look at a traditional F-150, those same types of loads look something like this. Now you can reach over and actually get a pretty good handle on that ratchet strap. Again, this, as far as scale goes, might be slightly off, but you can see much easier to get over the side there to do something as simple as strapping something down. With the motorcycle, you can see much more accessible. Hold on before somebody gets me. Yes, there would be a tailgate there. So there you have a motorcycle. And then again, if you want to play the compressor game, there you are again, being able to kind of reach over the side, tighten that thing down, and now you're in great shape. This design of a Cybertruck is worse. There is no way around it. There is no benefit as far as truck stuff goes having that triangle at all. A lot of people who are, what I can tell, ordering the Cybertruck are saying things as if they are somebody who's owned a truck before, but it's pretty clear to see in the comments people who are saying things because they were told it through marketing, and then people who are saying things who actually have applicable knowledge, firsthand experience of dealing with. I have seen people who have said, hey, I have a truck for construction. This is what I do with it. That's not so much of a problem for me. And you can pretty much shake out that guy from the Model S owner today who's defending everything Elon Musk has done with not a whole lot of frame of reference. To play this out even further, I went ahead and laid out a Rivian. This is a situation where the bed on the Rivian is much smaller. The Rivian I would call a sport truck from the sense of more maneuverable. The Rivian now is much more compelling for the guy or girl who I'm saying is putting in the comments defending the Cybertruck from a position of never driving a truck before. Those people are going to be much more suited for a Rivian because they clearly don't need a truck for a truck. And the Rivian is going to be a much more compelling kind of Home Depot runner because it's going to be smaller, lighter, more nimble. Now, another interesting thing on shape that I find very strange is a passenger. So in the F-150, here you go, we'll throw a woman in the back seat, remove the F-150, and now you can see the headroom is not there as much. Now, it is possible that the floor is going to be different and you could drop it down, but just naturally with that sloping back, sportier roof, you're going to lose headroom in the back seat. The shape does nothing. It literally does nothing. Now, I've had people say that I just can't wrap my brain around something so crazily different that like this package is different. It's not. The Ridgeline already has this same sort of flying buttress design, I guess you call it. It's a structural stability thing. It's not innovative. It's just an evolution of the same thing that's kind of already there. And it's not any different than any other pickup truck. You have the crew cab, you have the bed, you have the frunk engine compartment, whatever you want to call it. It's literally identical to any other pickup truck that exists. It's not revolutionary one bit. F-150. What is the thing that's different is the shape, and people are buying that as like it's some sort of massively crazy thing. It's just a unibody truck. It's been done. This is just Tesla's take on a unibody truck. That simple. Now, stainless steel. I see this comment all the time. It's going to be hailproof. It'll never get dinged up. This thing is... Okay. I don't know who out there has bought a new vehicle, but I know that when I buy a new vehicle, I don't typically buy it cash. I typically have a loan. Contingency of that loan, and even if you don't have a loan, you're probably going to insure your $60,000 pickup truck. Part of that is going to be comprehensive. So if you do get a ding in your fragile aluminum F-150, you're probably just going to get it fixed. You don't hear the frequent thing, my truck is back in the shop again. I got another ding in this thing. I just wish that somebody would come out with a truck that didn't get any dents. I've never heard anybody say it. Never had a whole bunch of people having their trucks in shops because of this stuff. Just not a thing. The Cybertruck being this stainless steel, sure, it's going to be hailproof. You're probably going to be not too worried about door dings in a parking lot, for sure. What you will be worried about is scratches and having to regrain that thing. And for anybody who thinks that that's just as simple as taking a little Brillo pad to the side of your Cybertruck and getting a little grain back in there.
To make this look right, there's no way that we could do this in one single area and make this hood look perfect. We would have to do this over the entire hood.
You're going to have to regrain entire panels, possibly entire sides of the truck, so that if there's a little scratch in that stainless steel, because stainless steel does scratch, it's going to be a nightmare to regrain that thing. One of the favorite comments I got today was, by me saying the Cybertruck is going to be a niche truck, that, hey man, they've received 600,000 pre-orders. That's nothing to really say is going to be very niche. I hate to break it to you, but $600,100 stand-in line tickets to be able to maybe buy a Cybertruck, those orders are non-committal, again, tickets to stand in line, basically. I am not looking at the $100 deposit as something that is any real wow factor at all. It's just people that have paid to stand in line. When the thing actually comes out and people now have the F-150 to consider, which, by the way, they didn't have that available when they placed their order, most likely with the Cybertruck. They're going to have the F-150, the Rivian. There's actually going to be some SUVs now available between Rivian and Ford. There's going to be a lot of options out there at the time that the Tesla actually rings up the phone to these people who put $100 down and says, hey, pony up the other $79,800 and get in line. I just don't see it happening. That's my take. I just wanted to go through all of this and make it very clear why I see things the way that I do. Again, it's just my opinion. It's okay if you love the Cybertruck. I get it. Everything is subjective. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I'll see you guys next time.